Let's talk about the most skilled basketball player ever. The reason why we're making this video is kind of a reaction to what Kyrie Irving just did, winning that game in such fashion over the Denver Nuggets. That was so crazy. That hook shot that he took from the free throw line over a 7-footer. Just the fact that he attempted that shot alone that way. Like a lot of people call that lucky. I don't even care that he's lucky. The fact that he attempted a hook shot with his weak hand running like that from the free throw line with a 7-footer guarding him. I think he's the only guy in the league who tries that shot, and obviously he made it. And this is Kyrie Irving, the best finisher in basketball since pretty much 10 years now. So this is why we're making this video, because after that, there's been a lot of reactions. I saw Damian Lillard tweet that Kyrie was the most killed, quote unquote, motherfucker ever. I saw Draymond Green's reaction to it, and it's just sparked a lot of conversation about who's the most skilled basketball player ever. So what we want to do is play what Draymond Green had to say, and then we're going to come back and react and kind of debunk whether Kyrie is the most skilled basketball player ever or not. But before I play the clip, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Irving is the scorer the world thinks of Kevin Durant. There are some things at times that you can do to Kevin to make it a little tougher on him. Kyrie Irving, you can't do anything to make it hard on him. He got the game of basketball figured out. When it comes to playing with the basketball, he's got that figured out. I saw Damian Lillard tweet, Dame Dollar tweet, Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player in NBA history. And quite frankly, I'm not sure who can argue against that. Me personally, I may argue Steph Curry. The most skilled player we've ever seen, most talented, just some things that he could do. But as I said before, you have an argument. It has to be argued because the skill level is unbelievable.
All right, so let's talk about it. So there's two, points that Draymond made. The first was that Kyrie is just as good as a scorer as Kevin Durant. And I think I agree because just for the reason that Draymond said, right? KD, we know he's 7 foot, and people are not supposed to move like that at 7 foot. So his handle is great. It's not amazing, but he's great for a 7-footer, and his shooting capability, the fact that he will get to his spots pretty much no matter what you do, under pressure or not, and then he can just rise up over you on 3 levels. If you're scoring, he'll go to the free throw line and make 85 to 90% of his free throws. Yeah, KD, obviously all-time great scorer. But when it comes to Kyrie, man, one-on-one, there's just nothing you can do. I remember watching that clip from Iman Shumpert that was breaking down what it is to play one-on-one with Kyrie. And he said that Kyrie was the only player in the league that pretty much goes and attacks you without a plan. Whatever you give him on defense, he'll just adapt because he's just that quick. He has that good of instincts, and his handle just enables him to go wherever he wants, whatever rhythm, and finish with either hand. Either over you, either through you, or either just do some wizardry and just lose you at the rim. Then he has the media that's automatic, and from 3, he's very solid. And when he's hot, he's as good as it gets as a shooter in the league. So I feel like this is a fair assessment of Kyrie on the scoring level. Now, he doesn't really have the hard data to back it up because Kyrie, it feels like he's kind of up and down still with his efficiency. And it doesn't feel like he's turned on to be like, yeah, I'm going to average 30. I don't feel like Kyrie is that type of player unless it's the playoffs and it's win time. If not through the regular season, he's still an efficient player, right? But he's not like, yeah, every night I'm giving you guys 30 for whatever reason. It feels that way sometimes when you watch him play, that the man is very aggressive. He's not necessarily look to pass the ball, but still, if you look at, his career averages, he never averaged over 28 points, And in this NBA, most of the great scorers would drop 30. Another reason to explain that is that he doesn't really get a lot of foul calls, and he's not foul baiting. He's just killing you like that. So most of the great scorers that will put up 30 points will have 10 free throw attempts per game, and Kyrie never had that in his career. So that's the scoring aspect. So on that, KD is being up there, held up against the greatest scorers in the game. A lot of people will agree that KD is at the very least a top 5 scorer ever, alongside the likes of Kobe, MJ's, prime James Harden, etc., and KD. So can Kyrie actually be in those conversations? I feel like it's hard if you look again at the data, but if you just eye test alone, I'm not mad at that. I feel like I'm comfortable having Kyrie as the top 5 scorer ever if you just eye test alone. I would like for him to win like a scoring title or something like this, or average 30 at least once, but I don't think it's happening. But still, again, I'm comfortable with having him as the top 5 scorer ever. Now, when it comes to skills, is Kyrie the most skilled player ever? I feel like this conversation when you talk about skills are kind of tricky because I feel like a lot of people are kind of mixing up what skill and scoring is, or the skill of scoring. If it's, again, the skill of scoring, we're not necessarily looking at data. We're just looking at the way you're able to score the ball, from where the finishes that you have, can you create your own jump shot? And at that, then yeah, it's Kyrie, maybe Stephen Curry. You always have to put MJ and Kobe up there, but there's a great argument that Kyrie might be the greatest, the guy with the most scoring skill out there in the world and in history. You can make that case. Now, when it comes to the most skilled player, I feel like a lot of aspects of the game gets kind of undermined, and it's not fair. Like, everything is a skill on the basketball court. Athleticism is some kind of skill. Can you jump high enough to finish over people and get your shot off, at the rim? That matters. Can you run? Can you stop and go? Can you stay long in the air? All that goes under the athleticism, and it's a skill. Defense is a skill. Rebounding is a skill. Passing is a skill. Dribbling obviously is a skill. Scoring obviously is a skill. But you have to take everything in consideration when you talk about the most skilled player of all time. And I also feel like the position that you play on the court matters. For example, if you look at guys like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, if you compare them against guards, they would still be amongst the most skilled, but they're not the most skilled guards out there if you compare centers to guards. But if you look at them purely as centers, what guys like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic are able to do, then yeah, that put them in a different stratosphere as far as skill set. So there's also that layer that we need to add into the conversation. So if you look at the most skilled players ever, and you have, again, to take into account everything, even IQ, the ability to control tempo, all that stuff, leadership, I feel like it comes down to the GOATs. LeBron James, prime LeBron James, Michael Jordan, arguably the best two-way player ever, arguably greatest scorer ever. So you have to put him up there. Leadership skills, he has all that, Kobe Bryant, he's pretty much the same player as MJ. Then you can also put Kyrie. Then you can also look at Stephen Curry. But I feel like if we look at the game for all the skills all around, you can look at Magic Johnson's, those type of guys. And Kyrie kind of falls short in that category. He's still up there as a top 20 most skilled player ever. But if you look at all of the aspects of the game, again, I like Kobe, I like Mike, I like LeBron over him. I like Tim Duncan. Nikola Jokic, if he keeps this up for long enough, I would put Nikola Jokic above Kyrie, again, because this is overall and this is not just scoring. So these are my thoughts. I feel like Kyrie is most definitely, arguably, the most skilled scorer of all time. But when it comes to the most skilled basketball player, I think he doesn't win that argument. Anyways, so these are my thoughts. If you made it this far, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys for checking me out as always. And more importantly, let's get in that conversation and have that convo. Who are the most skilled players ever? Is Kyrie the most skilled scorer of all time? Let's talk about it. It's been your boy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.